We're here at the Cuneta Astrodome, our venue for this Christmas Day special here on Solar TV, and just about to wide open swing our curtains and the doors for the second half of play. Some personal changes, we'll go through them as we sail along.
And definitely the crowd has started to swell here at the Astrodome.
Coke and Barangay Ginebra get tied up in our interesting Christmas present in the second game, and it's taken away and thrown away. Pinyahan, Marquis. We have Buenafe, Belga. Billones is there. Yi launches in and out. Belga just using muscle there. Gentle pick and roll goes and produces nothing. Dominic will be joining us. Yes, Dom, go ahead.
Thank you, Sev. The Purefoods TJ Giants, they talked about fouling too much in the first half. Also, they talked about locating Gary David on the fast break and the leak-outs of Bo Belga. Also, limiting their turnovers for the Burger King Whoppers. They want a lot more energy from their players because they have been beaten off the offensive boards and the fast break attempts.
Well, a few turnovers here at the start of the third quarter will not help either team.
And Yao was voice directing that last play and just really frustrated that that play went astray. One of the loudest, shrillest voices ever. Really. So piercing.
Despite the fact he's not that big, huh?
Yes. Really catches your attention. That play goes nowhere. Play continues. Ball on the ground. Wide open shot. Offline. He can't nail it on, he couldn't play it.
That's correct. Very little,
last two shots.
Very little patience there by Burger King in their offense, but that's really what they do. They take quick shots as long as they're open.
That will not work for Kirby. We've had misses on both ends of the floor. Billones, dish off to Pinyahan, cross-court pass. It's volleyballed outside by Mayor Hoffer. Shot clock at 13.
And you just got a sample of that voice of Coach Yang Gouch right there.
It's not a continuous voice operating of his team. Let's say
well, I'll tell you this.
Okay.
His players can hear him. Yeah. That's for sure.
Some players tell me when they hear the voice, I've asked your players also, and they actually, I think because of practice, they've gotten used to that voice.
Well, I never use a whistle in practice for that mere fact that, especially in our games, there's a lot of noise sometimes, particularly if we're playing LaSalle, so they have to get used to hearing your voice and not a whistle. So it's like voice control.
And I'm not going to say you sound like this, but there's some players in the past who used to tell me it's like the voice of their father, really. Yes, I'm going home. In the meantime, this play is snatched away. Push, push, push. Nowhere to go for Raymundo. Here we go with Billones jumping out at it. One more time. Will I make it on the third try? It's not going to go.
That maybe is, that's 3 or 4 misses for Marquis from the three-point line here in the third quarter alone.
And the score has remained unchanged. I've said a lot of things and nobody has scored yet. Mayor Hoffer.
And this is when, as a coach, you start thinking that maybe I didn't say the right thing at halftime.
Okay. So that happens, huh? Okay, behind the backer. Can you imagine if that play did not work? I know it's spectacular, no question about it, but
well, somebody eventually had to score here. As Marquis is going to get the foul. It's going to be his third personal foul.
You just have to trust each other that that's going to happen sometimes, and maybe that's the point there. only gets botched when the players are surprised when that pass will happen. But handled well, no doubt, by Purefoods. 45-41. Could be more after this. Yes, it is.
Thirty-second timeout, Burger King Whoppers.
Whoppers will use a half-minute timeout, and this 30-second ceasefire is presented by Handy Fix on First Aid ng Bahay Mo. Banzol, seals all.
Well, you know what they say. You can see a glass of water. It could be half full or it could be half empty. And, of course, it could be bad offense or it could be good defense. There's been a lot of turnovers here at the beginning of this half. So
you stumped me this Christmas.
It depends on how you look at it.
Yes. There's a lot of running and a lot of...
Well, Burger King already with 5 turnovers in the third quarter. Purefoods with 3.
But probably from the coach's perspective, it's always...
It's bad. It's bad offense. Yeah.
Yes, it's half full. So the fans probably half empty, but we can go on and on around the Christmas tree this week. 46-41. But if you're Burger King, you don't want Purefoods to suddenly just pull away and just stamp its glass offensively on you. You want to control this game. And you were talking about tempo in the halftime break. Oh, snatched away again.
Now that was good defense.
This is on its way and scored upon by Roger Yap. Now Purefoods with its biggest lead of 7. Nice ball fake. Mehrhofer waltzing with Matias. Can't sneak in a scoop shot. The pass goes astray. Could be a Burger King timeout if they score here. But not so.
And they just called a 30-second.
Yeah, maybe so, yes.
Well, it's funny how things start to go towards the statistics as the defense of Purefoods is starting to kick in right now here at the beginning of the third quarter. And Burger King on the other side, they lead the league in turnovers. They're starting to commit a lot of turnovers also here in the third.
Suddenly it's a 9-point lead. That shot does not trickle in. Matias, just a solid fighter inside, takes care of his first pair.
And that was a big basket there as Burger King really needed those 2 points.
Just to stay in step with Purefoods. Oh, this is a big man move. He's done that throughout his career.
And that's correct. Kirby just backing his man up towards the basket and then a quick spin. A secondary move gets him that layup.
You know, the big men, when they do those post-up moves, just need a fraction of distraction to be able to capitalize on the lapse in defense. Look at this. This has been taken away at the top of the perimeter at least 3 times now.
I think Burger King will need a full timeout.
You know, the very fast defensive hands of Purefoods has snatched the basketball away 4 times. In the meantime, this young man is being forced to smile. Umiti ka, kinurot pa sa mukha, para lang umiti. This Kasimsiman family here in the PBA, we just don't give away action-packed games. We give away everything for you to enjoy, especially the Mr. Donut sarap pang surprise box to the Kasimsiman family. Kinurot yung bata.
Well, 8 turnovers for Burger King here in the third quarter, and they're only shooting 1 out of 6 from the field. That's really been their problem.
Nice size stepping motion, but nothing at the final firing end.
And Roger Yap did not like that foul by, I believe that's Belga.
Yes, Christmas or otherwise.
Holding foul on number 30, Paul Belga.
Well, Roger Yap has always been a tough guy.
Yes, watch this.
He's holding his hand. Why? He doesn't want to hold his hand.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Not to me, says Roger Yap. And it's 54-43. This is the thing that Burger King did not want to happen too quickly. Purefoods stepping on the gas pedal and just busting out here.
We haven't really mentioned much about Rafi Rivas in this game, but he is one of the main reasons why Purefoods has pulled away You don't get stats for helping on defense, but he's done a great job of clogging that middle for Purefoods.
Some players just have that capacity to make you change your offensive move. Take a look at what has happened so far in the turnovers. Oh, excellent seal out by Pingris there, allowing Artadi to pick up the ball. Tap at the keyhole, Roger. It's on the floor. It'll go. No, there's a foul.
Number 15, Mark Pingris. His first one on the Purefoods.
Pingris with his first, and TJ Giants with their first as well.
Substitution, KJ Canaleta for Roger Yap.
Canaleta is going to come in the game for the first time for Roger Yap. So the team of Purefoods just got bigger.
And by the way, Purefoods already with its, they're playing their second Christmas game as we move into a timeout here. Burger King already with its third Christmas Day game. We're into a 30. Handy fix on first aid ng bahay mo. Bonds all, seals all.
Well, Coach Yang's doing about everything he can do to try to stop this momentum from Purefoods. He just called another 30-second timeout, so that means he's already called 3 timeouts here in the third quarter, 2 30s and 1 full.
And you can tell from his facial expression that he's telling the players, it's up to you guys. In the meantime, we'd like to remind you that you can enjoy the PBA with your friends in the new KFC Crushers, now with new flavors. The boy at the end has the biggest smile because he'll enjoy it the most, I guess.
I remember Coach Pilo Pumaran once taught me when I first started coaching, the game is a game of possessions. You get them the most possessions, you'll probably win the game.
Oh, yes.
And we saw in the first half with Purefoods attempting 50 times, only 38 times for Burger King, and that really makes a big difference. So you really have to take care of the basketball and not to commit those turnovers.
You were saying? Almost, but not quite on a steal. And the shot clock becoming a problem at 4, 3, 2. They escaped with that one.
He also got hit on that play, but no foul was called there.
Yes. It's 54-45 and 5:50 remaining. We're in the third of the Christmas Day doubleheader here on the PBA on Solar Sports, on Solar TV. In the meantime, shot clock at 1. What long arms will provide you?
Well, you're talking about a 6'6" guard now, a shooting guard standing 6'6". And Canaleta, so they're a very tall team right now.
Renafre almost had it. Could be a foul on Pingris. Or is it traveling? It's traveling.
Well, he passed the basketball, so the referee is saying he could not go and pick it up there.
Substitution, for Rafi Rivas.
Cannot pass the ball to yourself.
Cannot.
Even if it's an air ball, more so if it's an air ball, I guess. In the meantime, 5:08 remaining in the third in a fast-paced basketball game on Christmas Day. Nice escape move by Gary.
Gary David.
Already with 8.
So maybe all those timeouts that Coach Yang has worked for him as they've been able to stop the momentum a little bit of Purefoods here in the third.
What they want is to keep the game as close as possible to give them some kind of chance in the fourth. Keep in mind, Burger King winning 5 of its 14 games. Long 3.
Artadi for 3.
Winifred with a quick inbound.
And that's a situation where looking over your shoulder worked to his disadvantage as Ronjay missed that layup.
Oh, look at that big block.
Substitution, James Yap for Kirby Raimundo.
Well, Kanahan may not look like a shot blocker, but when he was in the amateurs, he was a big-time shot blocker.
Great all-around player, and Yang Yao still fuming. I think he's still sore about that layup that was missed.
You should never look over your shoulder at the player trailing you because it actually slows you down. Just focus in on the basket.
you know, a player from probably, well, you're in generation in mind. Walt Frazier used to say, go straight to the hole. Don't look behind you. Don't look at the left. Don't look to the right.
Yes.
Go straight to the hole.
You say my generation?
Umiiwas ka pa eh. Well, Clyde could glide.
A little bit before me.
Yes, in terms of playing, of course. Because your coach played against him, I think. In the meantime, is it a backing violation?
It's going to be a foul.
Foul number 11, Paul Artadi. His third, second team foul for the Purefoods DJ Giants.
You know what the coaches are fighting for aside from position? They'd like to have a Merry Christmas, really. It's hard to coach a team in the locker room. It's Christmas, and they're going to be depressed in the locker room later on.
And the problem is all the coaches want a Merry Christmas. So.
Nice pass inside. No chance for a clear shot. Good ball movement by BK. Unable to sink it, though. There's a foul.
Well, Don Ayala was actually on the inside on that play, but he's going to pick up the personal foul.
That'll be 3 on Don Aliado. Complained, but acknowledged it just as quickly. Check out this KFC assist delivery of the quarter. Yes, nice and easy does it for Roger Yap to Kirby Raimundo. Watch the PBA with finger-licking food. Dial 887-8888. Now, Pinyan takes care of business there.
Well, Burger King, they're one of the top teams in the league in assists, and that last time, that was a great assist there by Boniface.
As Artadi was trying to decide what to do with the basketball, there's a foul downstairs. Is it Richard Yee who's trying to hide? Yes, it is. It's his second.
Roger Yap for Paul Artadi. Shot clock at
Roger
14 seconds.
Yap is in for Artadi. Lead is 8. 3:20 to go. Congestion, traffic downstairs. And there's a foul.
It's going to go against Lanete, who was trying to reach in on Canaleta.
Anti-foul number 7, Chico Lanete. The second for on the Burger King Walkers.
Second on Lanete, and Burger King already with 14 fouls compared to Purefoods 3. This crowd slowly but surely getting filled up. This Coliseum, that is. In the meantime, foul underneath of the miss.
And it just seems like Burger King can't get off of that end of the court. I mean, Purefoods just continues to get offensive rebounds. They're starting to add up.
His third 5 on the Burger King Walkers.
You can yell box out all you want, but the ball seems to be bouncing in their favor.
You have to figure Mark Pingris is about 6'5", John Ayala is about 6'6", Canaleta is about 6'6". It's a very tall lineup.
That's quite a fence inside.
That's correct.
Nice crossover. Foul from the rear.
And really no need to do that because the defense was already set there, making it difficult for James Yap.
Number 5, Richard Yee.
I think they give the foul to Yee, his third. Purefoods will utilize a timeout with less than 3 minutes to go in the third. Cuneta Astrodome, that's our venue here today. Seb Sarmenta with Coach Norman Black, Cheska Litton, and Dominic Uy. That's your team for the first game here. First free throw on its way, won't work, and it gives us our cue to tell you about something special if it's ready. It is not ready, so we will wait for that. This is rare.
Very rare.
Doesn't miss that many. Lanete scoops it up.
Well, very strangely, I'm looking at the stats here. Purefoods, they're actually dead last in free throw shooting in this conference.
I think about 48%. 48%?
So they're shooting 62% as a team.
Turnaround flip. No. Sharma picks it up. Gary David, when he gets that small crevice, that small gap, he usually fills it up.
And you really need gutsy moves like that to really get back into the basketball game.
And they've clawed back well, coming within 6. Cheska Litton is with us.
Gary David's daughters, Maxine and Gabrielle, got presents from Santa last night, their very own modes of transportation. 7-year-old Maxine got a scooter and 2-year-old Gabrielle got a little car that she can drive around in. Maxine also gave her dad a card wishing him good luck in all his games and that she is always there supporting him. 7, Norman.
2 minutes.
I wish somebody would give me a car.
Took a while for us to react to Cheska's report, whether we should give our children modes of transportation also. Gary, congratulations. That's a really great story. In the meantime, Sharma.
Carlos Sharma knew exactly what to do with the basketball after he picked it up.
Threw off everybody with that look of his. 6 points by Sharma.
Well, let's see if Purefoods goes back to Canaleta once again in the post against Gary David.
The offense dying for Purefoods here. They're down to 3 seconds. Boy, they just have to thank their lucky stars they have this guy.
Well, they just came back to life, huh? They just give the ball to James Yap and get out of the way.
Get out of the way. 13 points by James. He's trying to play defense and ball hawk against Benefit. Nice short pass to Sharma. Closer is Richard Yee. Can't get it to drop, however. Third quarter coming to its close, down to 47 seconds. Offensive foul.
Offensive foul number 18, James Yap. His first personal.
It's going to be foul number 1 on James Yap.
Artadi is in for Yap.
Well, this has been a quarter that has been controlled by Purefoods because of their defense.
Hey, is that true? I see Santa Claus at the scorer's table. Isn't he done already for the day?
He's enjoying the game.
Yes, he deserves it after working all night long. He'll enjoy this dancing through the snow. And that does not work, however. Final shot time probably for Purefoods. Goes back to Artadi. Dish off at the last moment!
Well, let's see if that basket counts.
Whose Christmas tree will be bright tonight? Will it be BK's or PF's? Let's see. The officials, of course, will head to the table. That's what we normally do. Let's look at our version. It is counted now. Hello.
At the end of the third quarter is 64 to 53 for the Purefoods.
And I think that big loud voice, I think it's Santa's voice, saying it's 64-53. We'll need the fourth quarter to complete action here. Fourth quarter swinging in, 64-53.
Fourth quarter.
That's what I said. In fact, we are underway. And keep in mind, Purefoods trying to stay close to the top. A win here will give them a 9-6 card. With Barangay Ginebra still tied with them, however. And Barangay Ginebra plays later on against Coke. Oh boy. Turnovers hurting Burger King. And that third quarter, look at the quarter scoring. We're shrieking, we're screaming, we're shouting, we're scoring.
Not one, but two fakes there by James Yap to get that layup.
And they have now jumped out in front by 13, which will be marked as their biggest lead so far in this encounter.
And James Yap now with 15 points in the game.
They're just those players who know how to take over a game.
Another turnover.
This is becoming a Christmas nightmare. for Burger King. Boy, they really consumed a lot of timeouts in that third quarter to sort of stop the bleeding. But it continues here as the 15-point lead is now staring at them. David sees a crack. Nice dish off. Sharma, yes.
Carlos Sharma.
Who now has 8. A lot of traffic directors on the part of Purefoods, but they've maintained this tall lineup for the majority of the second half. Launch from the side, yes.
Yeah, Purefoods, they're feeling it right now. Their defense has really spurred on their offense. And now all of their shots are starting to fall.
Aliado with 10. Gary sidestepping motion with now James Yap reacting. He slapped the ball, ended up with a foul.
Well, if you slap down at the basketball and you don't get it cleanly, you're definitely going to get a foul. It's going to send Gary David to the line for 2 shots. James Yap now with 2 fouls in the game.
2 shots for Gary David.
Well, Purefoods shot 53% from the floor in that third quarter, Sev, compared to only 33% for Burger King.
Okay.
And of course, they did also commit 6 turnovers, but Burger King committed 8 turnovers.
Oh, yes. How many points of turnovers by
Purefoods? 9 points off those turnovers, off the 8 turnovers.
And watch this Yakult slam dunk, which happened at the end of the third quarter.
And that's your small forward, dunking like that.
It's the point guard who's celebrating. Look at this. Because, you know, guards celebrate great passes. 70-57 in counter, and Mr. David has 12 points. You know, the tempo, I can't keep going back to your halftime discussion when you said that the tempo seemed to favor Burger King. This has been changed and altered completely in the third. That's a bit long. That's a push.
Well, it's hard to run if you keep turning the ball over.
Yes, there's nothing to run with also.
That's right. You keep pushing the ball up the court, but you keep giving it back to the other team. But you also have to give credit to Purefoods. They are the #1 defensive team in the league. They came into this game as such, and they're just starting to clamp down on their defense.
Lanete. Nice. You know, Chico, when he gets an open shot, can usually nail it. And they're now within 10. Purefoods wants to make sure that no bleeding happens, so their end will pause for this timeout. Okay. Black Eyed Peas saying it should be a good night, and maybe so, because it's Christmas. And here's the KFC 6 delivery of the quarter. Artadi to Canuleta. Enjoy watching the PBA. Good thing you're looking good too. Dial 887-8888 now. Fourth quarter rolls along.
That was a quick timeout there by Coach Ryan Gregorio, trying to stop the momentum of Burger King. His lead is now down to 10 points.
I think it was highest at 15. In the meantime,
yeah, Richard Yee might have been better off going for that ball, as it will go back to Purefoods.
And the Giants will have 7 on their shot clock to complete this offensive set. Overshot, followed up.
Pushing foul number 34, Carlos Sharma.
I think Carlos Sharma just fell asleep there on the other side of the court. He did not expect that would be an air ball. It's going to send Don Aliado to the line for 2 shots.
Suddenly he had no chance to grab that ball, and Aliado is indeed on your picture.
Well, Aliado 5 for 5 from the field so far in this game as Belga checks back in for Carlos Sharma.
I think you noticed Aliado the minute he stepped in and hit his first 2 shots, and you said it could be a good night for Aliado, huh?
And when he scores, Purefoods is going to have a good chance of winning as he misses. Oh, that's Another missed layup there by Pingris, but boy, Burger King also gave up an offensive rebound off of the foul shot.
Yes. Here's U.S. grope for form from the three-point zone. Good headed shoulder fake. Yi claws back.
Richard Yi.
Yi with 6.
Now, I think that's what's going to have to happen for Burger King for them to get back in this game, because their outside shots are not really falling here in the second half. They're going to have to just work as hard as they can to try to gut this out.
They got to scrape and scrap. They take the ball away. They could come within 6. Dish off.
Nice pass.
Laneta setting that up. And they are indeed within 6. And Yi already with 8. And a 30-second timeout has been requested. It has been granted. Handy fix ang first aid ng bahay mo. Bonds all, seals all.
Well, now it's the turn of Purefoods to call a couple of quick timeouts here in the fourth quarter. That is Coach Ryan's second timeout he's called here in the fourth. You can almost see it, Seb, how Burger King, their baskets are a struggle to get them. But boy, that's the only way you're probably going to get back into this game. You're just going to have to work as hard as you can. And that was great defense on the other end by Belger, blocking that shot and making the clean block by getting the rebound.
See your point. Tried everything from the outside. Tried it on the break. It's not working. You've tried it at close range. You might as well just fight for everything available.
That's right. That was basically 1 against 4 there. And Richard Yi was able to score. Good pass there by Lanete.
If you're Purefoods, on the other hand, the coaching staff will probably be talking about not watching the basketball game.
Well, they've been dominating the rebounds throughout this game. The last couple of plays, they've given up a few rebounds. That's going to be a turnover.
Not a good time for it to happen. Doesn't make you feel good anytime during the game, but this is not that particular time. It's winning time.
We have 2 rookie point guards in the game now, in Williams and Timberlake. But that last turnover came from James Yap as he threw that basketball out of bounds.
Six is the lead. Belga, the lead is cut down to 4. From a high of 15. Big leads don't really matter. There have been games where even a 30-point lead has been clawed at. Close range, no. And Burger King has a chance to knock at the door even louder. Dish to the corner. Buenafel lets it fly over the backboard.
And those are the type of shots that Burger King takes, but maybe on that play they could have been a little bit more patient, because they've really been getting the ball into the paint. They've been getting a lot of layups in the last few plays.
Somehow some nervous excitement creeping in. He was so wide open. Maybe just one extra pass could have done them well.
Well, we're correct in saying if you're open, you should shoot it, right? Especially if you're a three-point shooter. But when you're attacking a team inside and they can't stop you, you might as well go for the high percentage shots.
Purefoods hanging on to a 4-point lead. They've been quiet for about 3 minutes now. Big man on the move. Nice fake. Yes, great fakes actually. Shot clock at 11. Could they be returning inside? There's Yi to Yi. Yippee.
Yeah, good spin there by Richard Yi to get the 2 points. He actually had his man on that first move that he made in the lane.
And the Whoppers cooking some great burgers here, coming within 2. This is such a delicious game. Hot dogs and burgers, huh? In the meantime, curl to the basket. That will, no, not drop in.
Well, the defense of Purefoods actually had Kirby Raimundo sealed there, but they opened up just a little bit for Kirby to spin through.
You know, the lower box and ringside sections almost filled up here with only the General admission area yet to be filled up here at the Cuneta.
And you also have to go back and give a lot of credit to Coach Yang Gao, who had to call so many timeouts in that third quarter just to keep his team in the game, just to keep their heads in the basketball game. And now they're being given an opportunity to come back here, only down by 2.
It happens to players, to the best of them. They end up being spaced out in the situation. They don't know why this lead is going away. That's why they need another voice to tell them, hey, get back.
Well, Purefoods once again gets an offensive rebound.
12 on the shot clock. Roger.
Another offensive rebound.
And might as well use their size.
And this is what has been killing Burger King the entire night, the offensive rebounds of Purefoods.
And Kirby has gathered 15 across his name. 72-68 as we hit the midway point of the final push. Bo Belga. Yi fakes the ball. Goes straight to the hole. It's an offensive foul. It will not count.
Offensive foul on number 28, Mark Yi. That's his 4th personal.
And Yang Gao has something to say about it. But the position apparently was set already.
That's a good defensive play there by Rico Merihoffer, taking the blow.
Game has changed its mood once again. Looked like Purefoods was well on its way to controlling it, leading by 15. But Burger King just burning back. There's a wide open shot. He'll have to take it.
And that's 2 3-point shots in this game for Artadi. And that's always a great sign for Purefoods.
8 points by Paul Artadi. One of his shot, he has not hit anything much from the outside. What a pass, but angled away by Merihoffer. Belga denied access.
And Marquis is going to pick up the foul as he acknowledges it. That's just great recovery by Rico Merihoffer.
Yes.
And Belga was a little bit slow putting that shot up, but Rico was able to recover and block it.
You know, the scouting report, the book on Merihoffer, we all know he can jump.
He's a very athletic player. Take a look at this. Good pass here by Williams.
And he recovered, huh?
And Belga just took too long to get that shot off. Rico just went up and rejected it.
7-point affair. 75-68. 5 minutes to play. Artadi. Kirby lost it. Tries to shield up the defensive man, but the shot clock going away.
Red Bar saying shot clock violation. Timeout, Burger King Whoppers.
The Whoppers will utilize the timeout. We'll take a break here at the 4:46 mark of the final quarter. Yes, awaiting the call on this one as Chico Lanet dropped hard to the deck. A foul on Rivas. The team foul count, it's significant here in the final 4 and 40, each side with 3 team fouls. It'll take a second look.
It's a trip there by Rafi Rivas. Didn't really mean it, but it happened. Well, this is a time in the game where Burger King has to make their move. They were down by 2. They gave up 2 offensive rebounds in a row. Now they're down by 7.
Simply by clawing back, attacking the basket. Belga, head and shoulder fake.
That's going to be an offensive foul.
Dropped his shoulders and everything.
And that's why you should take that open shot when you have it, or reverse the basketball and let somebody else take it. And Kirby Raimundo did the correct thing there. He just stepped on the baseline. So Belga really, that's right, Belga really had nowhere to go.
And we're down to 4:15 on the first half of our Christmas doubleheader. Kirby launches.
Now what's happening here for Purefoods is they're making their outside shots, but right at the end of the shot clock. So they're using up a lot of time, plus they're knocking down the shots.
Herbie Raimundo now with a 17-point game as we fall below 4 minutes. You know, if you look at the way Burger King has scored their points, they've ached for each one. They've driven to the basket. They'll get it on the follow-up, but in the meantime, check out this Mr. Donut Swakto shot. The big man on the move. And Pilipinas, Mr. Donut na 5 piso lang Swakto. Burger King just driving hard, clawing for every point. While as Norman pointed out, the open shot just working for Purefoods in the last 3 sequences.
Well, I've said it a lot of times in the telecasts I've done, but for a coach and also for a team, you can make your outside shots. It makes the game a lot easier. And let's face it, Purefoods has made their outside shots here in the second half. Paul Artadi has 2 3-point shots.
Where it has mattered the most. Nico Halili and Kinito Henson, I think, are working our second game, and Kinito is blocking my view right now. He's already downstairs checking out the action. In the meantime, this is on the ground. Oh, whoa!
Well, good recovery there by Lanete, getting that basketball to Bonifay. So Burger King will keep the ball. 3:22 to go. Burger King down 7.
Here's Gary David. Mehrhofer watching him closely. Open. Just missing out.
And that's what I'm talking about. That was a good look there by Gary David, but he just could not knock that outside shot down.
You know, there has not been a source of outside shooting for Burger King in this game, especially in the second half.
Well, looking at the stats here, 4 out of 16 for Burger King from the 3-point line. On the other side, Purefoods 5 out of 11. So that's about 45-46%. So Purefoods shooting less threes in this particular game, but shooting a much better percentage.
9 on the shot clock. Below the 3-minute mark already. As you were saying, they were shooting it with almost no time left on their clock, and they still retain possession here.
And that's the way it's been here in the fourth quarter for Purefoods. They're using a lot of time on their shot clock, moving the basketball around. Luckily for them, they've been able to make a lot of these shots at the end of that shot clock, or in this particular case, they recovered the basketball.
Runner. Whoa! That's beginning to be a favorite shot. He has 17 as well. Baby James enjoying the action. Nasaan na yung Michael Jackson na jacket niya?
Wala na.
Hinagis na sa crowd.
Oh, that's going to be a unsportsmanlike foul on Gary David.
Please proceed to the shaded area in front of your respective benches.
Rico Mehrhoff is really getting under his skin.
Artadi quickly trying to play the role of peacemaker, jumping into the fray, but this guy's smoking. Let's see what we will catch here.
Well, you'll see Rico Mehrhoff playing defense, and he's really just all over Gary David. Gary David trying to move and uses his forearm right there. Pretty clear foul.
Momentary ceasefire here as both sides were asked to go to their respective benches.
Well, even in the college ranks, Rico Mehrhoff was not the favorite of the other teams. He has a tendency of getting under the skin of some of the players. He is a very good defender. He can guard smaller guys and bigger guys.
Always has that threat that he'll block your shot, actually.
Actually, he can block your shot, yes. Take a look.
Up,
We see Richard Yee playing patsies with Rafi Rivas there.
This is a bone cruncher if there ever was one.
Little elbow to the head. Yes.
Number 1, Rico Mehrhoff. Flagrant foul, penalty 2 on Gary David.
Flagrant 2 on David.
David's been thrown out of the game. Flagrant foul 2, and he's gone.
And he's not yet done talking.
Well, definitely he was being held by Rico, but he reacted with an elbow to the head. And normally if you throw the elbow above the shoulders and you connect, you're going to get penalized for it in any league.
RD will come in for Gary DeVitt.
Because it becomes a dangerous foul already.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, if you hit somebody in the eye or hit him in the nose. Luckily for Rico, he got hit in the head, and he must have a pretty hard head, I guess.
You know, whenever a player is sent out to the locker room quickly, I think the conversation always goes this way. Na kanino ang susi? Asan yung susi? And they all blame each other. Because the locker rooms, of course, the keys are given to the teams. They seal it. In the meantime, it's 80-70.
And it must be pretty lonely in there, having to wait for the game to end by yourself.
It's all right if you're ahead.
Almost as it goes to the Purefoods, DJ Giants.
And you don't feel like taking a shower ahead of everybody else. Because the game's still on you. These guys are talking about Christmas presents in front of me. Jello De Jesus and Mike San Juan are talking about Christmas presents. How dare you, the two of you, and you have nothing to give Norman Black and me.
I was trying to figure out if Purefoods was in the penalty when that foul took place.
Yes, that's a question there. That's what the referee is now doing.
Burger King offers head coach Yang Yao for profanity.
Oh, Yang Yao gets a technical.
Well, his voice is being heard again on the court. He looks quite innocent right there.
Technical free throw.
Free throws have not exactly been his cup of tea this afternoon.
Well, he comes into the game shooting 62%, which is, as you know, quite low for James Yap. But, of course, I mentioned earlier the team is shooting 62%. So far in this game, James Yap is 2 out of 5 from the free throw line.
Meantime, our Christmas opener, curtain raiser down to 218. Here's a short stab. Oh boy, he's been the difference.
Yeah, Kirby's just driving the ball to the basket, and he's just jumping over his defenders.
Oh yes, jumping indeed. 98 points by the veteran. We're into the last 2 minutes. Almost, but not quite, because Bo Belga was on the line. And when the ball is inbounded, I can say something special.
Last 2 minutes.
Last 2 minutes brought to you by Motolite. Pang matagalan. .83-70. Turnaround shot. No, it's a pass actually, and there's a rejection at the baseline.
2 seconds on the shot clock. 2 seconds to shoot.
The inbound. A minute and 34 remaining. Oh, but it's taken away by Purefoods. And that could be the game. Artadi has played so well at the quarterback position. Run this team well this afternoon. However, just as I say that, the pass is deflected.
Hockey foul on number 1, Rico Marhoffer, penalty.
Marhoffer with a foul, and it's 9:00 time to check out our Tokyo for Tonkatsu play of the game. Oh, bago na ito ha. Kailan pa? Describe the play. Oh, maganda no. Katsoku. Okay. Ayo ha. Hindi nagsasabi, nagbabago na kayo, ha? In the meantime, okay, many things really augured well for Burger King at the top of this game. First half, they were in step, but the third quarter proved to be the difference. And the turnovers probably will be the stat that will scream out at them.
Yes, the turnovers and the fact that Purefoods came into this game only giving up 84.7 points per game, which is number 1 in the league. Right now, they've only given Burger King 72 points, which is actually 21 points under the average of Burger King on offense every game. So the defense of Purefoods has definitely held up.
We'll take a short break and be back with you with the final 1 and 16. Purefoods deciding to just manage the time here.
Two seconds. And they did it again.
Well, it's been that kind of fourth quarter for them. Now Purefoods looking very clearly now at a 9-6 record, which will keep them just almost a game away only from Talking Tex at 10 and 5.
And what they really want to do is to stay in the top 4 slots to qualify outright for the quarterfinals, if not have a chance for the semis, which is a very slim chance right now with Alaska and San Miguel being ahead in the pack.
And as we enter the last 25 seconds, that layup does not work. Purefoods will be left with Rain or Shine, Alaska Milk, and Santa Lucia in their remaining games next month in January, while Burger King will have Santa Lucia, Ginebra, and Alaska. If you're talking about Burger King, they're probably going to stay steady for a spot in the wild card. They managed to stay away from the cellar, which probably will be contested by Coke and Barako Bull. So Christmas game for Purefoods and Burger King over, and a win by Purefoods 85-74. Coach Norman.
Well, definitely this was a game where Burger King's outside shots would not fall. 4 out of 17 from the three-point line. They had way too many turnovers. But give credit to Purefoods for coming out in that third quarter with a great defensive effort, and that's the reason why they won this game.
Just a short while, Dominic Uy will be chatting with our most outstanding performer here today, the Purefoods TJ Giants coaching and managerial staff. Smiling. Dominic, take it away.
Thank you, Seb. We were best player of the ball game, Kirby Ramundo. Kirby, 19 points, 9 out of 12 from the field. Alam mo, nag-usap tayo kanina at Samo gustong-gusto mo manalo in today's ball game.
Kasi, syempre, kailangan din namin yung panalo para sa top 4. Tapos, gusto rin namin ang mahabang break para kung sino may mga injury sa amin, makapag-strengthening, ma-rest din yung, yung mga sumasakit. And thank God, nanalo kami ngayon, saka maganda yung reward.
Ano yung message mo to your fans and the Purefoods fans ngayong Christmas Day?
Sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa PBA, lalo-lalo na sa mga Purefoods. Merry Christmas sa inyo lahat. Family ko, lahat ng mahal ko sa buhay. I love you all.
All right, congratulations, Kirby. The PBA will be right back for a few messages.
Okay, that's our final count, 85-74. Coach Norman, the consequences in the team standings, Purefoods keeps well within range of Talking Tex.
That's correct. Purefoods got that all-important 9th win to try to get into the quarterfinals outright. Of course, we have a game coming up, Barangay Ginebra versus Coca-Cola. Barangay Ginebra also looking for win number 9, so that's a big game for them. At the same time, they're going up against Coca-Cola, who actually, since Aussie came back, has won 2 straight games.
You have a nice Christmas evening, Coach Norman Black.
Merry Christmas, Seth.
Thank you very much to Cheska as well as Dominic. Merry Christmas as well. But stay tuned for Miko and Kinito and the rest of the gang as they present to you the game Coach Norman was talking about. It'll be Coke against Barangay Ginebra. This is the PBA on Christmas Day here on Solar TV, so stick around.